Well, after I put this stuffing together, I realized I had not put my black pepper in it. So I also added a tablespoon of ground black pepper to it as well. So now we're ready to stuff our turkey. This is a 13-pound turkey, and we're just going to go ahead and start filling her. And some of you may not stuff your turkey. We always have. I think it adds a lot of flavor to the bird as well as to the dressing. It's kind of a messy job, but
always remember to take your jewelry off.
Yep, which I did. I think that's plenty. And what I do is I take and I put the tail in like that. And it keeps it a little bit more secure. And I also put the legs in. There. Now some of that dressing is starting to come out, so it's not going to get its way though. There we go. So now I'm going to pick this up and move that over. I'm going to turn the bird around because I'm going to put some more of the dressing in this neck part. Let's see, I'm going to turn it around though for a moment so you can see what I'm talking about. This part right here. That's where I'm going to put the rest of the dressing. A little bit more. And the rest of the dressing we have left over is going to go in a pan, and we'll just cook it separate. There. Okay. Wipe that off. Clean my hands off here a little bit. I'm going to be right back. I need to rinse my hands, and then I'm going to show you guys how I butter my turkey. I'll be right back. Hi, well, I'm ready now to butter my turkey, but I realized when I was doing that, I'm going to take the legs back out because I need to get down underneath the skin here because I put butter and olive oil underneath the skin. So I'm going to just work with my hands to get my hand underneath, and this goes right directly between the skin and the bird of the chicken, or the turkey rather. You just have to be careful as you're doing it. Sometimes I accidentally rip it, and if I do, it's not a big deal.
As long as it tastes good. We don't care.
See how I work that down in there? There. Now I'm just going to work my hands. The reason I released the drumsticks is because I worked my hand down in there as well. There. I'm going to be back with you in just a moment. I'm going to wash my hands good. Hi, well, I'm back. I got my hands clean, but they're not going to be clean for long because I'm going to be buttering up this turkey to go in the oven. But this is the mixture I use when I season my turkey. It has 1/4 cup of butter and 2 teaspoons of olive oil, and there's about 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground black pepper, and about the same amount of salt. And I use this iodized sea salt. So, and oh, I also put Yoshidas in it. What a surprise, huh? And there's about 2 teaspoons of that in here as well. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on this turkey, and we're gonna get it underneath the skin. Okay, so now I'm going to just go ahead and start rubbing it down in there and get it down in there nice, so it's all lathered up. There we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of this and put it on the outside. It's going to be a good turkey. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and get this in here. Does that look good?
Looking good, Miss Chloe.
Let's see, some of the dressing came out. That's got to go back in. Okay, so I'm going to wash my hands and I'll be right back, and we'll put the turkey in the oven. Whoops, part of the dressing still wants to pop out, so there we go. All right, I'll be back in just a moment. Hi, well, I have the turkey all ready to go in the oven, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this segment about brining a turkey and stuffing it and getting it ready to go in. I have my oven preheating to 325 degrees, and it should be in the oven for 4 to 5 hours. It's a 13-pound bird. So I'm going to go ahead and put my lid on. I do have a vent here, and I start mine off with it closed. And then as it's progressing, I'll check it off and on to see if I need to baste it at all by itself, you know, with a little help. And I usually do that a couple of times during the baking time. So each time that I do that, we will film that so you guys can see how it looks as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the oven, and I'll see you in a couple of hours. Hi, well, we have the giblets left to start cooking, and I wanted to show you how I do mine. I'm going to go ahead and turn my stove on to about medium to get it going, and then I'll turn it down to low this is a low and slow type cooking. So I went ahead and I did about 5 peppercorns, black peppercorns in here, and about half of a bay leaf, and some marjoram and some thyme. And that would be about a half of a teaspoon of each. And I'm going to go ahead and nestle that right down in here. These giblets, there is a neck, a gizzard, a heart, and a liver. So, and also what I add to it is I have about a cup left of my turkey stock that I made, and I had frozen in my freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. So this is going to come up to a simmer, and then I'm going to turn it down to low and let this cook low and slow, and it'll be a couple of hours, you know, at the most, maybe an hour even, when it'll be done. So, and it looks like I need to cover the neck there a little bit more. So I'm just gonna take and put a little water in this, just a little bit more. There we go. So total with the stock I had and the water, I've added about 2 cups to this, and I already had the stuff covered at that point before I had added my herbs. So we'll be back when this is done, and I'll show you what I do with it next. Hi, well, our giblets are all done, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this stuff out. And just put that right there in the lid. And also, I need to share with you, I meant to put in 1/4 cup of minced onion and minced celery. I had it sitting right here and I had not put it in. So after we videoed the first segment of this, I did put that in with everything. So what I'm doing now is I'm just removing the giblets. And I saved the broth from this. I may need it for my gravy. I doubt it though, because I was looking at my turkey just a few minutes ago. It made a lot of broth. So I think I'm okay with that. But I would definitely save this for my turkey stock that I'm going to do if I don't use it. So I will be back in just a little bit. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this finish cooling, and then I'm going to cut this up to put in the dressing. We'll talk to you soon. Hi, well, it's been 2 hours since our turkey has been in the oven, and I'm going to take the lid off and we're going to see what it looks like. Oh, that looks nice.
Looks good.
It smells really good. And we're going to just go ahead, and you can see down here all of the drippings we have already in here. I've been brining turkeys now since, well, the first time I brined a turkey was in 1999. The recipe that I use to this day, I found in the Denver Post paper. And I'll tell you, I can't even think about cooking a turkey if I didn't brine it. It just makes that much difference.
They are delicious, Miss Glow.
Some noise. I'm going to put some of this butter that I have here on it as well. Well, I think that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the oven, and we'll take a look at it again in about an hour. Hi, well, welcome back. It's been another hour, and let's see how this looks. Oh my goodness.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Smells good too.
Look at that. It actually looks like it's pretty much done. Whoop. I think after I baste this, I'm going to put it back in the oven just to finish browning it without the lid. And this looks done. I will get my thermometer though, just to make sure. This sure smells good. And you guys, I don't know if you can see all the broth that's in the bottom that the turkey has made in the dressing while this has been roasting. Okay, let me get the thermometer, but I'm fairly certain that this is done. So you want to do it in a part that's fairly thick, but not by the bone. And I'm going to go here because I know I'm not going to hit the breastbone there. Yep, it's done. It's 180 degrees. So it's done. So I'm just going to put it in the oven for just a little bit to finish browning this a little. And we'll be good to go. So I'll see you back in just a little bit. Hi, well, we're back and I have browned this in the oven for about 10 minutes and this turkey is well done. And it sure does smell good. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer it over to this big platter so it can rest. And I need to tell you, I said it had been an hour since the last time that I had pulled it out to do this, you know, to baste it, but it was actually 2 hours. So I'm sorry about that. So this bird took 4 hours to cook today. So I'm going to tint this with some aluminum foil so it can rest, and I'm going to start making the gravy and stuff. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Hi. Well, the turkey is all done. This in this pan here is all of the broth that that turkey made. That's a lot. And I made a slurry of cornstarch and water, and I'm going to add to this now. And you'll see I may have to make some more. We have so much broth here. Not complaining though. Main thing to do when you're putting that cornstarch into your broth is to keep stirring so you don't get any lumps or anything. And I have my burners on medium for this. And I actually think I'm going to add some more because well, we'll see. I'm going to be adding potato water to this from the potatoes that we cooked for one of the sides. And as you can tell, I just used my roasting pan that I cooked my turkey in to make my gravy. That way I get all the little tidbits that might have been on the bottom. There was some skin on the bottom, and I did remove that, and I put it in with my giblet broth that I will use to make my turkey stock. But I really didn't want that in the gravy. So I'm going to let this cook here for a little bit and we'll be back and you guys can see the end. Hi, well the gravy is done. I did add a little bit more of the cornstarch and slurry. The first one was 4 tablespoons and then I filled up the cup with water. The second one was 2 tablespoons and I only filled it up halfway. And then I had 2/3 of a cup of milk left from when I made my mashed potatoes earlier for this dinner. So I added that as well to this, but I want to show you the consistency of it. You can see that.
Looks good. It's a little thicker.
Yeah. So we are done with the gravy. And now I'm going to go ahead and continue with the turkey. See you later. Hi, well, welcome back. I had tinted my turkey and it rested for 20 minutes. And during that time, I went ahead and made my gravy. And now I'm going to remove the dressing from the turkey. And I do up 2 bowls of dressing. And the reason I do that is part of the family likes dressing with giblets in it, and part of the family doesn't. So I just have always done that so that everybody's happy. It's still pretty hot, isn't it?
Very hot, Miss Glow.
Yeah, and I also have some other dressing in the oven that I've been cooking during this time. So I'll be adding that to this as well. There. And I do have dressing down on this end too, so I'll need to get that. And let's see. I must have spilled a little something on the floor. Lucy's enjoying herself. She's been close by in the kitchen all afternoon.
Waiting for something to fall off the counter.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put these over to the side. And we'll see about cutting this up. Yeah, look at that. Fell right off. That's done. So what I usually do when I'm carving my turkey is I do a platter of dark and a platter of white. And I sometimes will do 2 small platters on each end of the table, depending on how many people we're going to have. But today we're just going to do 2 platters, one with dark and then one with the white meat. But this is just so tender. And I'm saving all my bones to use for my turkey stock. Let's see here. We can go ahead and remove that bone. And there's tendons in here too that we need to get out of there too. Nobody wants that. It's still pretty hot. Yeah, sweet Lucy, you're waiting for some, aren't you? There we go. There's another little tendon here we'll get rid of. But the rest of that looks fine. And let's see here. Oh yeah, look at all that dressing right there. Let's see.
Looks delicious.
I'm going to just cut some of the breast meat so we can see what that looks like as well. Probably should remove this. Look at that.
Pretty tender, Miss Chloe.
Yeah, it's great. Oh yeah, look how moist that is. And I'm going to slice down here through, you know, right next to the breastbone that's right there. And I'm going to take this breast off of here, and I'll show you another way you can cut it. Look how that just fell right off.
Sure did.
And I'll just move it right over here, and I'll show you what I do. I'll just cut off sections like this too. So this way you guys can see both ways of cutting through a turkey breast. So you can do it either way. Let's see. But that is just super moist. There we go. So we can, let's see, take some of that off too. Well, I'm going to finish cutting this up, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Hi, well, welcome back. It's been a long 2 days making all these sides and our turkey and stuff, but I gotta tell you, it smells delicious and we can hardly wait to start eating. I wish all of you guys were here to join us tonight and try out this dinner. And also I wanted to give a big shout out to Maggie's Clark for making this beautiful apron for me. I gotta show you the bottom part too.
Very nice, Miss Chloe.
I love it. And she did this for me over the past few months for my birthday gift. So thank you so much, Maggie. I really appreciate it. And here's our dinner. And this is the white turkey and the dark turkey, the dressing, the mashed potatoes, the green bean casserole, the jello, which is starting to melt because of the heat, the cranberry relish, and the sweet potato casserole. So,
and the gravy.
Oh, of course, and the gravy. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I would love for you to comment if you have tried this and let me know what you think. And have a great evening. Bye.